What's up, y'all? Welcome back to That's Debatable. I'm your host, Stanza Yvette ESQ. I'll never get myself clapped. We're going to clap for ourselves in 2025. Joining me today, as always, is the culture referee, Ray Daniels. Oh, thank you. Oh, my God. They done went back. They went back to not.
I'll clap, I guess.
You too popping, Ray. You too popping.
As usual, we have our favorite contrarian, music.
Favorite Republican.
He is not a Republican. Ray will continue to try to throw that title on you. Music and marketing guru, Brian Miller. Roll Tide. I don't give nothing about the pitch but the tie.
I might as well switch and go Republican.
You should.
Enjoy. Listen, she came back. We appreciate it. Her joining us again. It's radio personality, Miss Shyneka. And today's guest host, or guest debater, let me say that, guest debater, is radio host, TV personality, and multi-platinum recording artist, Young Jock.
Let's go!
Thank y'all for joining us. I'm excited about this. I feel great. The energy is good in the room. So there's a couple of rules that we have on That's Debatable. Okay. Miss Shyneka is familiar with them because she's been here with us before, but it's only two. The first one being we just don't talk over each other. You know, we get kind of, passionate about our arguments, yes, but it's hell on our, post-production staff to try to decipher who's saying what. So we just want to let each other talk. Let them finish the statement. And the second one is to respect my gavel. Don't pick it up. Don't even look at it. Don't even think about it. But if I beat the gavel, I bang the gavel, I say something, then you got to respect it. That means you should probably stop talking.
Ooh. Don't bang that gavel.
Oh, so you slick the judge.
Yeah. Slick. Yeah.
Hello, Brian.
But can you agree to those rules?
I'm in.
Okay, cool. Then, if you can agree to them, then we ready to debate.
Yes.
Let's do it.
What we talking about today?
So the first one, these are Stanza's opening statements. We're going to start with LiAngelo Ball. Once an NBA prospect lands a record deal following his viral hit Tweaker. Ball signed with Def Jam and Universal Music Group. The deal is reportedly worth up to $13 million with $8 million guaranteed. It will also include his own music label and ownership of his music. Ball was announced also as a performer at Rolling Loud Festival in Cali. So, what we feel about this?
Well, the first thing I would say is this: is that I want sports people to keep sports conversations out of music.
So you've
been in music. Have you ever heard somebody say such signed a contract with $8 million guaranteed, $13 million? That's some sports conversation.
Right.
We didn't even talk like that in the music business. $8 million guaranteed, $13 million is worth up to $13 million. We don't talk like that.
But
that's how they talk.
I pray to God they did not do that.
And that's where he came from.
It's like a hybrid introduction to what could be next. It's infused with a little sports commentary.
I love
and
that.
A little, music industry, and I think that's kind of what it feels like.
But why $8 million for him?
Ray, I really wanted to call you the
and
other
a label.
morning
He gets a label.
We made this announcement on the radio. How can it accumulate to $8 million? And beyond.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I don't believe it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like anybody who's in the music business.
I believe it, but I don't know why they did it, but I believe it.
They gave Money Long $11 million or 13 up to $13 million. I heard.
Money Long?
Yes.
She deserves that.
But guess what? Her numbers and his numbers was about the same, about 4 to 5 monthly listeners a month. So if you're looking from that standpoint,
I think ain't been out 2 weeks.
Here's the problem. No, you're right. No, you're right. But I think you're right. I'm gonna just shut the fuck up. Hey, Josh,
she said, you know what?
He's marketing and licensing though, so that's a whole different ball.
This is why the music business. Okay, this is why the music business sucks, guys. Okay. Because we don't have no rules for who we let in. If you can make us money, we let you in. The NBA would say he's a good player, but he doesn't know how to play the game the way we play. Mm-hmm. We're the only people that, by the way, and it's really black people. We the only motherfuckers that if a motherfucker do a nay once, he's invited to the barbecue. We don't know the fuck.
We gotta stop doing that.
We're having this conversation. I'm gonna say it again. The music business needs a commissioner for real. It does.
It does.
It does.
It does.
Like,
Won't you spearhead it, Brian?
Why? DEI? Give me a minute. We're talking about that.
You need to spearhead it. You keep bringing up the commission.
Right, funny as hell, bro.
You need to spearhead it.
Well, because of what the music industry is built on, I think that it's going to be hard to like point to somebody and say who without them having lawsuits or being, because the person that it could have been is Diddy.
Right.
To really represent everybody, and that legacy is down the fucking tubes.
He's done.
Well, that's done.
So look, realistically, Ray, you know how contracts work in the music business.
Yep.
You're an attorney. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. All right. So for realistically, when they say up to 13 million, let's say for real, if you sign a deal where we're gonna give you this right here. Upon the completion of that, you come back for your next one. If we're talking albums,
Yep.
If we say we're gonna give you $1 million per album, we give you 5 albums, then it escalates too. It's gonna go up. So
but
it doesn't mean
you're right.
you got 8 million.
It doesn't mean he got $8 million in pocket.
Right.
But it means
he could have got $2 million in
this is
pocket,
the contract.
$6 million for the budget, $3
Right.
they try to
Exactly.
bring sports to it at the end of the day. Like what they're really
Right.
trying to do is leverage the influence that they have. Like we're trying this, but it was dumb. And the reason why the music business doesn't work is because they'll chase anything that looks like it's shiny and pay the top dollar for it, and that's why niggas don't keep their jobs.
Absolutely.
And it's a shit ton of kids running around saying, "No, he's guaranteed $8 million." I'm like, you don't.
But you know
understand
what
how it
sold
works.
him though? The fact that NBA players
He only has
were
one song, by the
rapping
way.
his song. Like doing viral videos that gave him steam, and then you have these thirsty ass rappers like Moneybagg Yo and
Boosie, yeah.
Like,
Why you call them thirsty? though?
She's speaking her truth. Let her go.
Let
Let her cook.
I
saw
have
the
to
value
say,
in
gotta
it.
do what you.
You right.
No, because to be
Because
honest,
they were saying needed some gumbo in it because he was like, whoa, whoa. And so
but
the
I'm not
gumbo
mad at
rappers had said, hey, let me put my ingredient in.
I'm not mad at it. We're the
Yeah.
only business that doesn't sell a product anymore.
So they're gonna license the song. They're gonna be playing it during games and like they're gonna make
Yeah.
it
It
work.
might come up in a Subway commercial.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whoa.
And you still gonna be waiting on the daddy shoes because they still like that to a lot of people.
You've been playing that in your car?
I'm happy for him because let me explain something, right? So, all right, so on its own, it had people going ahead and it had people jumping out there, doing their TikToks and whatever, where they giving it the old school
Yeah.
look. Everybody got on old.
Oh,
jerseys,
yeah,
yeah.
right? And so once that trend starts, did somebody say, hey, that's the trend right there. We see what's happening. Let's get behind and push it. Let's go ahead and pay some influencers, or are people just organically doing it on their own? And if people are organically doing it on their own and it's growing as fast as it is growing, then yeah, people, they know when it is. They know when it's time to strike, because it's not every day that an artist is coming out right quick and we getting that one of them heat rockets where it's just right now he got one.
I'll be honest
Even
with
though
you.
it sounds
Now,
old
you're
school,
right.
it's nostalgia.
Damn, that was right. No,
It's
it's not even that. You
nostalgia.
just really changed. Because I think the only reason why we're frustrated with the situation is because we know he plays basketball. If he was another kid that just dropped the same song and was some dope, we would have been like,
we
he
would
was
have never known about it though.
No, we would have.
No, we didn't.
That's right. We don't know if I could play basketball. You're right.
No.
We go to the next subject. Go to the next subject.
We're gonna move on. Moving on.
But lastly, I just want to say that this guy, he's been able, you know how everybody like take these beats and remix them from the Sweeties to, everybody. And he was able to come out with an original 2005 sound.
That's
that
real.
he ain't got to pay
Vocally, not
nobody
like he sampled.
for that.
He
He
just-
did
you're
not
right.
sample
That's-
anybody. So it's like almost the most genius
You gotta
thing
give props for that.
happened this
He's the
year.
weekend of hip hop. He just recycled a whole bunch of old hit melodies and made a career out of it.
We're moving on.
let's go to the
We're
next
moving on.
We
We're
shoot
moving
shots
on.
today, okay?
Right.
Bring people to call Straight Show
I
now.
know, but
Moneybagg, Boosie, now weekend. Let's go. This
All right,
show is called The Straight Show.
the halt on TikTok may be here. Senator Ed Markey introduces a bill to extend the TikTok Deadline Act to delay the TikTok ban for 270 days in order to make a deal with the Singapore-owned business. To prevent, the effect, because TikTok is currently being used by 170 million American users. Some believe this comes after Americans ran to the actual Chinese-owned app, Red Note. Red Note is currently the most downloaded app in the United States. Currently, is sitting at number 1, which is a similar TikTok thing, TikTok app, but it was actually Chinese owned. And this is what the American government was trying to avoid with TikTok, saying that China has our data and it's being breached by the Chinese, but it's not even a Chinese owned app. But now it's red note. So now they're trying to prevent it from stopping and happening. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I don't give a fuck about TikTok.
You don't give a
First off, TikTok isn't going anywhere.
No. Okay, let me say what I said. Like for me, like I'd rather get 1 million views on YouTube than 1 million views on TikTok. That's what I'm trying to say. Like 1 million views on TikTok don't necessarily mean money, right? So for me, it's like I don't even put a lot of attention to TikTok. TikTok to me is just some kid stuff.
But we can't deny TikTok's impact, though.
Cents guy.
TikTok has.
Me as a woman, I can look up closet organization, storage.
Yeah.
I can look up whatever
recipes and
recipes and get exactly what I need versus going to Instagram or
people
Twitter
are using it as
and
TikTok has become a search engine.
I'll say I'd rather you get it off you. I'm just saying I'd rather you get it off my YouTube.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Because you sounded so like you very well know. What does 1 million views get you on TikTok? What does that
I think
pay
it's like
you?
$8.
1 million views only pays you $8?
Yeah.
On TikTok.
I don't know.
Yeah, but if you look it up, but I think it's like around $8. 1 million views on YouTube is gonna give you like 4,300. So if you're gonna see my recipe, Miss Shyneka, and my closet organization, I would much rather you see it on my YouTube.
Now I'm gonna hear you. I'm gonna be like, what is that basil? Is that extra?
No.
Yes.
So
Esquire, come on.
let me see. What it says.
For music, it's the same.
$20.
Oh, you so poor.
It's less. It's like $20.
Like $20 to $40 for 1 million views.
So I get
$20 to $40
So if you
for a
get 3
million
million
views
views on TikTok, nigga, I just made $60 to $180. If I get 3 million views on YouTube, I just made $12,000.
Then I just.
I'd much rather you be on my. By the way, the viewer doesn't care.
Right.
The viewer doesn't care where they watch. They don't care.
Right.
They don't
That's
care.
what I
So
see.
that's my point. So my point is that TikTok to me has been almost like the Temu of social media to me. Like the Temu was like it's
Really?
I have to disagree.
No.
Maybe when I think you're saying this, I think you're saying this
when we think about
because
TikTok, we think about kids.
no.
Right?
No.
Kids
In initially, yes, but now not.
And when we
It's
complain about
changed.
the music industry being dead and being fucked up, we say TikTok is
But
killing
that's why I
it.
said it's two different industries.
And why is TikTok killing it? Because
It's
you got kids. Look, let me tell you something. I'm in the car with my daughter. I'm playing her a classic record, like just some Luther Vandross shit. She's like, "Oh, that's a TikTok song." They don't even care. Like TikTok literally has minimized music, my nigga. TikTok has
for sure.
it has made music the background
But
noise.
it is-
But
While I do my
it
stupid
also-
dance in front of the TV.
DIY
But
thing,
excuse me,
too.
it has always
DIY thing.
it
Hold
has
on.
propelled music to another level as well from the money
Dangerously.
long
Dangerous
and
propels.
the people.
Dangerously.
But it helps with their sales.
It didn't.
But
It didn't.
no, when
No,
Money
no,
Long
it-
was
Wait,
on the show,
hold on.
It
John,
helps like
did she or
5%.
did she not say because the song went viral on TikTok that
Marketing
it?
tool.
Yeah, it was one of the biggest marketing tools.
I can get in on this one because this is actually this is my world. Let me explain something to you. For it to go first of all, only about 5 to 10% of the songs that go viral on TikTok actually register to like Spotify and Apple. Like, and here's why. Because usually, so let's look it up. Remember Erica Banks, Bust It. Why did her song work? Because this part that went viral is also the first part of the song. So if you look at TikTok, the songs go viral. If your part of your song that you put on TikTok is not in that first 30 seconds,
Absolutely.
it's the chances of the audience hanging around because I saw a 15-second clip and I'm like, man, I want to hear what the rest of the song sound like. But I gotta know that that's the clip, right? So if I click on Jock's song and he's viral and the first 20 seconds don't sound like the clip, I'm not even tapping in no more.
Right.
So because I had a record go viral with this artist signed to us named Big Homie Tiny, Jelly, Ass Like Jelly. We got hundreds of millions of views. Didn't translate to record sales because the part of the song that was going viral was after the second verse. And no one listened that deep.
Right.
So, by the way, this is all the way TikTok programs is like the 15 seconds, the 10 seconds. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look away. So for me, it's like, to me, I feel like it's almost, when I say Temu, I mean, I think TikTok has watered down true artistry.
But
That's what I mean.
I did not equate the TikTok
Yeah.
video to sales immediately from the views on TikTok.
There's not
I
connection.
said if I like this song in the first 15 to 30 seconds of it, then I'm going to look it up on Apple. and then I'm gonna purchase it if I like it.
But you're an adult. Kids don't do it. To Ray's point, kids take that 6 seconds as the gospel. I think it was Huffington Post did a story on Cuff It, Beyonce.
Yeah.
Kids didn't know the whole song, but they knew that little part.
But it wasn't about the kids. It was about.
But Beyonce was already established, so the adults are going to listen to
black
it.
women getting together and doing a dance. It was like a whole freaking like movement amongst black women.
Okay.
It wasn't about
I'll
the
say
kids.
this. I went out to his house.
I'm not a black woman.
I went out to Ray's house.
Okay,
right?
well, we would.
Ray
Final
was like-
point.
This was when Ray was there in the morning. Ray was like, watch this. He was like, let me play this. Played it, kids started doing dances. Played it again, kids started doing dances. He called Lil Raymond over there. He's like, hey, the second song, who was the artist? He's like, I don't know.
I don't even care.
I don't care.
It's a song for TikTok.
So there's no connection.
That's
to
what
the
I mean.
music.
And that's what TikTok.
Yes,
That's what TikTok
yes.
did to music to me. Where with Instagram, it was almost like TikTok to me really ushered in an influencer. Where it was like it opened the world, which I love, but it hurt. It did lots of great things for this world, but it hurt music because artists, real artists, a Prince, the artists that really want to do this, have been now told to go the easiest route, which is TikTok. But now you got people trying to find. By the way, Money Long was. She really was a person that broke the code because her song didn't go viral from kids dancing. It went viral from old grown people celebrating their love.
Yeah.
So you had to find different ways to make it, but kids just want to dance and have fun. Like when I'm walking through my house, y'all, I swear to God, it's like some savages over there in front of the camera. It's like all they want to do is tickle and just dance. It's like, do y'all know what the song is? We don't care. We just want to do our dances to the songs.
But you guys are kind of
We
like
gotta move on.
separating yourselves.
We gotta
from-
move on. We gotta move
Move on.
on.
Move on. Time to move on.
All right, so major companies, including Tesla, Walmart, McDonald's, Microsoft, and Meta, are outwardly removing diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI, programs from their corporate structure, stating that it doesn't provide any true essence to a company's growth, and it provides more separation than inclusion. We've seen many companies taking this route after the Supreme Court ruled to end affirmative action in 2003. What are your thoughts, Jock? We'll start with you.
I'm gonna be honest. Of course,
I love Jock, man. Just look at
He probably didn't even hear you.
no, I definitely heard it. Let's be for real. You know, in my family, I'm gonna keep it 100. The women, I think, are more successful in my family on both sides, on my mother's side and my father's side, right? And so when I look at situations where I'm like, you got what you landed, what kind of job? What kind of position, right? And I'm like, wow. And in my heart of hearts, I want to believe that you landed that because you were
Qualified.
overly qualified for your position. You were steadfast on every goal you set. You executed like you were supposed to. You did 3 times what they expected you to do in your performance, whether it be from elementary to middle to high to college, the collegiate level. You did that, and I want to believe in my heart of hearts, I want to believe that was enough to get you in that position. But then I also know how the United States of America works. So then I have to think in that moment, like, well, maybe some type of program helped you land this position. I don't really give a fuck. I do. Let me retract that. I don't really care, but I do care. Meaning, like, I just want us to win. But I still have to be honest with myself when you take this type of platform away, or this entry point, this passageway for us to be more successful, more established. You take it away, I think it hurts more than it helps.
Absolutely.
Because when you look at a lot of people who lost their jobs, lost their positions, this no longer exists. Oh, we're shutting this sector of our company down. What do you mean? We're making things happen. We're actually helping. But I'm gonna tell you what has to happen. It's like a reset right now, right? This is what's happening. We're going into default mode, back to the default of the United States. That's the whole concept of Make America Great Again. Let's regain control of what the fuck we did. And when I say we, I ain't talking about black people.
Right.
I'm talking about the colonists.
Yeah.
Like, let's be for real, right? And so the default happens, but because the human mind, human nature, we already know so much history. You could try to reprogram and this and that, but it's gonna come back around to where we're back right here again.
Right.
And I just feel like it's a default right now. And if anybody want to add to that, you can. I know y'all will.
I'm happy to get rid of DI. I think DI was the fact that you need DI was the problem. The fact that we needed a diversity, equity, and inclusion program is the problem. That's the real problem. Like, why do we need that? That's really, to me, that's exposing us. And here's the real problem with DEI, because I went through this. I wrote a letter, Jock, and it was called Dear White Music Executives, and now I'm talking to the head DEI at the label that I work for. And this nigga sounded like I was talking to the black helper for the white man that I work for. Like, I'm trying to tell him what I'm dealing with. Oh yeah, we're trying to talk to them. I'm gonna talk to him about that. How are you hiring a department to regulate a company when you can fire the department? How much regulating you think the company gonna do? How much rocking the boat you gonna do if I could hire you and I could fire you to regulate me? It's time to go. By the way, they only did it for PR reasons. It wasn't like it was like, you know what? It is a new time. George Floyd is dead. The uprising is going. Let's get this DEI shit. And as soon as we let it die down,
it was trendy.
Exactly. And now they're back to business.
Well,
and now I think that they're not gonna allow. I think I've been seeing this play happen for a minute. They're not playing. Elon Musk, they're getting rid of it. And to me, I feel like black people are better when we don't expect someone to help us. My history is this. I lived in New York till I was 11. When I was 11, my uncle was a drug dealer. He was a big drug dealer. He took care of everybody. Nobody worked. My mother didn't have a job till I was 13 when my uncle got locked up. That's when my mother got a job. Everybody in the family got on their feet and start doing what they do to establish themselves. So sometimes you need people thinking this help on the other side is what hurts us. We on our own, Jock. You know that, nigga. Yeah. I know for a fact I'm responsible for the Daniels family. And you know you're responsible for the Robinson. You know you're responsible for the Millers, right?
That's why I said the default setting. We're going back to a mode where it's like, okay, hold up, wait a minute. I gotta rethink this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, DEI is not new though. This is not a new concept. This started in the civil rights era. Now it's the 21st century, so we have a trendy name to call it DEI. They just put a name on it. But affirmative action and these things were set in place because it was systematically broken from the beginning. It showed. So this is the United States way of their make right with black people by giving them certain things, by ensuring that a certain level or percentage of college students get into schools, by assuring that certain black people or a certain demographic of people, minorities, including women, and just people that are disenfranchised are assured these positions in these companies. So I do think it's necessary redoing other minorities, just like Latinos, Asian Americans. Everyone is seeing that affirmative action wasn't just they thought it was the black people thing. It was to help black people. That's not what it was, to help minorities. So now Asian women aren't getting the jobs. Indian women aren't getting they're getting passed over, and they're still Asian people were some of the lead people to get rid of affirmative action. Now are still not getting into the Ivy League schools that they were saying black children were taking their spots. So I do think there's a place, because as a country, it is systematically broken. It will continue to be. But now that these companies, broken Trump has given for minorities.
That's my point.
It's been a system.
That's my point.
Since the 60s.
But this is what I'm saying. The people who got rich, the people who did it, understood we're on our own. Let me tell you something. You know why Atlanta's special? It's still been special. I mean, y'all know what happened in the 60s?
Talk about it.
Atlanta, the niggas from the west side of Atlanta ran Martin Luther King out of Atlanta. Don't come here with that inclusion shit. We good here. Don't be coming here trying to integrate us with them. We love our city. We got it. Anytime we're in their territory, we playing by their rules. They control it. So my thing is, why can't we play by our own rules? And to me, I feel like entrepreneurial, where we at right now in our culture, I think black people are going to come out better on the other side of this than they would. I don't want to be charity, man. I don't want to be charity.
It's not about being charity.
Have the same circumstances or the same confidence or the same inclusion that other people have.
Yeah, but even if we go the entrepreneurial tip, if we walk into a bank and ask for a loan, they not gonna give that.
I don't understand that.
That's what I'm saying. It's deeper. It's just a system.
You brought up civil rights. Let's break it all the way down. It's policing racism. Let's call it what it is. It's policing racism, right? So I agree with Ray in the sense that I don't like it because it's never been run right. It's never been organized.
It's impossible to run right.
It's never been for us.
But it's impossible to do because, again, you're basically walking in and saying, You got to include minorities. That's all you're doing, but you're not saying how, why. Just gotta meet this quota, right? So it's quotas. But here's my thing. Here's my thing. The issue is the awareness. Absolutely, it's almost like Black Lives Matter. Hey, all this happened because we shining the light. Hey, wake up. This is real, right? But if you're not going to do it right, how do you tell racist people that they don't have to be?
You know, you tell racist people don't have to be racist. There should be a DEI part of the government that regulates them from the outside.
But who's gonna write that?
No. That's what I'm saying. This is not government. Okay. This is companies choosing to be trendy.
Correct.
This is not government. But what I'm saying is that how can I regulate you when you write my checks? How can I? You have to have something. You have to have something that they lean on.
It's like internal checks and balances. We gotta move on, but it's an internal checks and balances. That's what they were attempting to do, and now they're getting rid of the checks and balances system, so it doesn't matter anymore. But anyways, on a lighter note,
I want to ask you, this next subject. This is not a question for the guys. This is a question I want to ask the women.
Oh, brother,
bring it up. But I want to bring this. I wanted to talk to the ladies. About
WNBA player Liz Cambage reportedly makes more money in 1 week than her entire playing career. Cambage retired in 2022 after mutually parting ways with the Sparks. She signed a 1-year deal for $170,000. She says joining OnlyFans was not a financial move, but a way to express not just a financial move. Hold on. Was not just a financial move, but a way to express another side of herself.
Shitting me. Go ahead.
How do we?
Sorry.
What's your question, Ray? Because oh my gosh.
My question to the ladies.
Anytime Ray got a question for the ladies,
no. When Ray has a question for the ladies, let's make it clear. When Ray has a question for the ladies, it's a question that I don't think I am qualified to answer.
Okay.
Because I'm not a woman. But there was a point. Remember about 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, they was on Shaq because Shaq was telling Angel Reese how to make the WNBA make more money.
Right.
And he was like, yo, y'all should wear shorter shorts, because men. And she's like, we don't want to hear that. We hoop. And at the end of the day, the way the shit works is that men like what men like. And as much as you might want us to be interested in female sports, they're still there to look at what they're there to look at. And it's immature of them. I'm not saying it's positive or anything, but it's immature of them. But I just want to ask the ladies, like, how do you feel about this? Like, and here's what I'm asking. She I don't know how old she is, but let's say she's been playing basketball her whole life, right? So that means she lived her whole life to get to this one point, and literally in 1 week she just goes against the entire grain.
She's 33.
Of everything she did.
She's 33.
So in 1 week she goes against the entire grain of Shyneka. Now she made more money her whole career doing what men want them to do. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about it as a woman? Like, is that cool to y'all?
So as a woman, immediately I am thinking that we just don't want men to say it.
Yes.
But we do use what we got to get what we want. It's just a part of it.
You should have been here last week. You use
but I was.
But if I say it, but
I'm here now.
I thought this was a question for the women.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm like boomerang.
So yeah. So Liz, seen her opportunity. She would have been able to do this 3 years ago. Almost 2 years ago, she wouldn't have been able to do it. But because the WNBA girls are hot right now, and she just took advantage of what the opportunity was. So I can't blame her for trying. She probably wanted to stop working out. She's 33 years old. So she has a year in some change to really be able to capitalize off of what is happening to her right now. So I don't blame her. It is what it is. But us as women, we don't want a man to be able to say it. We just want to be able to do.
So
what
you
we
want to tell me
do.
that? So you want to be able to choose when we make.
Your comments, you have a filter when you can speak.
Of course, because shut the fuck up. Like, y'all ain't even got to say it to us. Y'all can just say it online. Y'all ain't even got to make us feel uncomfortable. We don't want to feel uncomfortable.
The double standard is controlled by us.
Yeah.
Always has been. That's why I asked the question.
I think The bigger conversation is how grossly underpaid women
No,
are
we
in
don't- see, no, we're not doing
WNBA.
that. No.
I think
We
so.
have to- I'm gonna take the gavel
I
from you.
do
You
think
gonna do
it's.
that. No, we're not
It
doing
is.
that.
It
We're not doing no,
is.
here's the
She's
problem.
not like she quit
No,
to
here-
go. She
no,
didn't
here's
quit
the
playing
problem.
basketball.
What I'm speaking about is, okay, this is what I'm trying to get to y'all. This is what I'm trying to ask you. We in the business of capitalism, right? We trying to make money, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
You sell what the customer wants to buy.
Yeah.
And you can't get mad that the customer doesn't want
Who
to see
got
you.
mad?
No, you just said we got to talk about how underpaid they are. So now
I
we
said
get-
that's the bigger
No, that's not
conversation. I didn't
but
tell you.
It's not. It's not a bigger conversation.
It is,
The
though.
conversation's
If it
happening right
doesn't
here.
generate more, I cannot pay you more.
That's
And
what
so,
I'm saying.
can I say something
Okay.
before we get to a minute?
Go ahead.
I
I
hear
just
you.
want to say that is why
That's fair.
me
I hear you. I'm
having
saying they
a 20
underpaid.
plus something career
They underpaid.
versus
That's all
a
I'm
young
saying.
jock who is a rapper is able to acquire more money as a radio personality than me. Lack the the experience because they had to teach him how to do radio. But I've been doing this
Let's
for
go.
a very long time.
Okay, that's-
And so,
I got you,
and
I got you, I got you.
he's a bigger brand.
got you.
His name is going to sell bigger than mine because I'm a local woman in a market,
So-
and he is a worldwide superstar.
So here's the thing. I'm glad you brought that up because that is actually, it is what it is. And what I think we need to teach the world is you might not like it, but you have to learn to respect it. And my thing is, my problem with the world is now we want to argue like we got to talk about why women ain't get paid as much. No one wants to see the games. That's why they're not getting paid as much.
Absolutely.
now
I
they wanna
was.
see
If
the
we,
games more than they did before.
I never got to finish my point.
I'm
But
not finished. I'm not finished.
Go ahead.
This is
Continue.
economic thing. If Jock, thank you.
Continue.
If Jock
I never
has,
finished
if
mine.
Jock has 5 million followers and you have 5 followers, but you have 20 years experience, and he has no experience, he's more valuable.
Exactly.
So what I'm saying is that's not a female versus man thing. That is the economics of the world we live in.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is that women are
It's
saying
the whole
that's,
thing.
that's like Jock saying. That's like Jock saying. This is what that's like. That's like Jock saying, I don't rap no more. You know what I want to do? I want to be a poet. But I want the people that paid to see me rap to pay to see me do poetry. Because you're like me. And it's like, we don't want to hear you do poetry, my nigga.
Right.
We want to hear you rap.
Right.
The same thing was happening with women's sports. It's like, you want it to explode. It is exploding. They're not getting paid as much money as they should be. But then here comes Shaq bringing a business mind to it. And he gets called a pervert of this. And he's like, and then here comes a WNBA player saying, hey, y'all, I start showing my ass. And then I got more money in 1 week than I got. And it's like, it's cool, right?
No.
I want you to comment on this one. So we talked about this last week.
Well, I get to finish my statement.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
Angel Reese, we talked about this last week. She's got her breast out. We're like, oh, she can't take the smoke. She gets off Instagram. Then she comes back. She gets the Vogue cover. Everybody's like, get your paper. See, it didn't affect nothing. It's the same double standard. It's like, okay, so that was cool. But it wasn't cool when people are like, her boobs are out. And that's happening. She's sexualizing the sport. And
No,
things of that
What's
it
the
was a
question?
contractual agreement.
What's the
like
question?
she had to post what she had going on
have to be
per her
visual, right?
contract. But she had to come back because she had a contractual agreement that she had to
I'm not talking
post.
about what
Yeah.
she's obligated to do. I'm talking about the rationale behind her posting.
But it doesn't matter
What's the
about how she
question?
felt. She still
Oh,
had to
then
make the
you leave,
business make
right? But
make
then,
sense.
Then Vogue says, "Hey, it's fashionable,
Right.
So now come back and get your paper." But if Vogue
Well, I mean,
doesn't
she's
do
already
the
shot
cover-
the Vogue cover. She
Exactly.
knew that.
She was obligated.
My
But-
point to you is
What
the
is the
double
question?
standard. It goes back to your comment. The double standard can't just be cool when y'all say it's cool.
But
It is.
No.
It is
It is,
because
though. And by the way,
women
that's not fair,
have
but it
lost
is.
a lot of power
Not fair, but we gotta
throughout the
respect it.
years.
Why though?
I'm sorry.
If I'm
Go
telling
ahead.
you, I'm
Go
telling you
ahead.
to market
No,
something.
Yeah,
no.
no.
I'm saying you gotta respect it the same way they gotta respect it. That's what I'm saying. We like to argue how we feel rather than talking about what it is and why it is. It's like why can't black people make as much money as white people? Because there's way more of them in this country than it is us. It's like it's just fact. So it's like let's figure out how to market and promote black people from where we are, and that's why hip hop comes because we are in the hood and we are like. But guess what? We're gonna be in here turned up making music and the people liked it. So it's the same concept. But when we speak about women's sports and it's almost like men can't speak on women anything, and then when we do, it's like y'all perverts. But then a woman says, "I just answered all the perverts asked a question, and now I made more money." And everybody's like, "Go girl, get your money!" And it's like,
It's like you supposed to know.
Because
your
we
place
want to
as
see
a
you making
man.
money because
Can I
we
be
know
honest? Can I be
how
honest?
hard it is as a woman out here to be able to acquire
Okay, we gotta move on.
capital.
And
We gotta move
Shyneka, I
on.
want to give you and Stanza this one thing. The reason why we're getting rid of DEI, the reason why the president is who they want, the reason why this world is going in the direction it is because that's what was happening and the world got tired of it. And that's why he won by a blowout, and that's why Mark Zuckerberg is like, yeah, hey, we're going to start letting people say whatever they want on Instagram. They created fact check for this man, and they pulled it back. You got billionaires. That's what I was saying to all my sisters in the world. You got billionaires, motherfucking understanding okay, if it's best to kiss the ring for my business, I don't give a fuck. I want my business to work. I'm gonna kiss the ring. And you got women saying, fuck him, he don't deserve it anyway. You missed out on the opportunity to capitalize on where you are. And that's all I wanted to say.
Capitalism.
Okay, let's move on. Cardi B and Offset are back in headlines after she airs out dirty laundry on her husband, Offset, on X Spaces. Cardi alleges that Offset is refusing to sign the divorce papers because he doesn't want to agree to the terms that they originally had, and says that he and his mother robbed her. Also, that Offset has not seen his children this year, and he did not buy them Christmas gifts for the children with Cardi to spite her. How do we feel about this?
My question is, the guy said that, and the guy aired their business out. How would y'all feel about that?
Well, here's the thing.
I'm asking.
He has to take into account the person that he married. He married a loud ex-stripper that used to drug people and strip.
Damn.
And
I want to clap for Miss Shyneka. You know what I clap for? Because sometimes it's okay to just acknowledge what it is.
She was popping before Love and Hip Hop, before she
had like
was even exactly. So and I only know that because my ex was like, yo, who was this girl that, and she had the teeth and everything, but people still took to her. So it's like, you can't be remiss if you don't add up the person that you decided to fuck with. And her nigga was in jail. You stole her from a jail nigga. Like, and she was faithful to him too. What was his name? Tommy or something? It was Tommy. Yeah. I was there the whole time. Like, she debuted the boat single on my show. I was there. And when she showed up, no makeup, I was like, oh, that's the girl? Oh my God. Okay. But she is transcend, but he can never forget who it is that he decided to marry. The social media aspect is her comfort zone.
Absolutely.
It's where she's comfortable at.
I never think about
that. That's her stuffing ground.
Exactly. And immediately, one of my homegirls did the Christmas trees for Offset for Christmas. He had presents for all of his kids. So he had her actually wrap the gifts, and we had this conversation earlier today on the radio. Yep. And then what did you say?
I said it is what it is. Sometimes, man, you got to keep in mind, like, all right, these people are living a very unorthodox lifestyle. When you start making millions and millions of dollars, you got endorsements, like the level of fame, the status that comes with it all. You kind of start to create your own way of doing things. It's not a traditional thing sometimes. And you're dealing with a woman who has the same amount of fame, press,
yes.
money.
Way more.
No. I'm not going to say no way or nothing. Because when I look at both of them, I don't see more money than the other. I see two people.
As a singular artist, though, John.
I don't give a damn. I get all that. It doesn't matter. These people, one thing they have is status.
Yes, that's true.
And status comes with a certain level of responsibility. And we can see what's happening by the way they're handling their status. We see, it's like,
she's crashing out.
Because there's a lot of people going through the same thing. That's why we talking about it, because we can relate. The issue is, it's the people who are dealing with this. This is normally cuz up the street and shouting their door. But now it's Offset and fucking Cardi B. So it's big. It's like, oh shit, they going through the same shit we going through. Bitch, she said he get the kids now for Christmas and shit.
What happened before that though? He put them hoes on Instagram at the New Year's Eve celebration. And she ain't say nothing. This is January. What the teeth, okay? She ain't say nothing about that. She is in her feelings about that man. Not because she could have said that the day after Christmas, 2 days after Christmas. She waited and she said that just a few days ago. Right. And she is mad because that man put them girls on Instagram. He probably acting different.
Yeah, but I think she understands that as popping as you are, she can't play the game he plays.
Oh no.
And it's fucked up for her, by the way. That's another double standard that we got to acknowledge. She can't play the game because he can have 100 hoes and it'd be like playable. She can't run through 100, and she could, but I think it might dilute her brand and might hurt her money too. Because what happens is that these niggas, she gonna fuck with niggas that's gonna be smart. It was also something that they said that we didn't say. Well, she said him and his mom got me for some money.
Yeah. Right. Well, I said him and his mom robbed. I said
she did.
Oh, she did. Okay, got it. Definitely. But they said so. I'm like, so what nigga? First of all, this is why the world to me is out of order, and men need to really step up. Not saying that about women.
Talk.
This is why the world is out of order, because you're looking at what happens when money is the most important thing in our life. How it turns out, right? Oprah has way more money than Stedman. Always did. Never disrespected him. Never felt the need. Never felt the need, because she came from a different generation. This new generation is all about money. Money is the number one value.
Right.
I don't give a fuck if you suck 10 dicks online. She made $10 million. That's it. Like, she just sold her soul, but we don't care. That's the new world we live in. And to me, as a man that has a daughter, I feel like I want to start speaking up, because it's not cool. And to me, Cardi is just crashing the fuck out. And to me, it's like, why are you the angry one if he's not signing the papers?
Well, she lost her power, and he figured out what her triggers are, and he's trying to drag her for it.
Well, I think he's dragging out the inevitable divorce, though. He's
Atlanta.
Let me tell you, Atlanta niggas is the hardest niggas to play when it comes to relationships.
Listen, here's the thing. At the end of the day, people are going by the way they feel in the moment. They're making whatever comments, statements, posts in the moment, and they're not seeing it from, like, you know what, fuck this. Let me look at it from a higher ground and say, you know what, I'm gonna let this shit just breeze over, because people let them focus on something else and not our personal life and what we're going through. And what happens is, she, like you said, this is her stomping ground. Like, we know Cardi knows how to work social media. It's her comfortability zone, and when she's comfortable, she's gonna say whatever the fuck she wanna say. And he's gotten to the point where he'll do it too, right? Yeah. But at the end of the day, we still all gotta just back up out of these people's business and move on to the next.
I ain't gonna lie, you're right, Job, but I think she should take people out of it. Because to be honest with you, if she don't go on Twitter and start going crazy, we don't.
That's
think
her
about
thing.
It.
We don't know how she was raised. She has absolutely no class. She dresses the role, but who she is and what she has done definitely defines who she is to me. I see past
and she thinks
that.
money. And she thinks money is the only thing that matters. And as long as
it is, because that's probably what she was taught.
That's all. Capitalism is the only thing that matters to her. But if we put money in front of morals, we put money in front of family. This is what happens. I don't give a fuck if my kid's mom stole from me. I would never air her out.
But guess what? She also has a hero. She has a hero complex with the situation, because she bought him out of his contract with QC.
That don't matter.
And so no. It's so as a
I didn't know
woman,
that. That's breaking news to me. That's breaking news to me.
You feel like the man right here, because nigga, I saved your whole fucking life.
I can understand the valid crash. I mean, some of the crash out is partially valid, especially if he's ducking the divorce that she wants, that she's asking for.
Fellas, Jock and Brian, I just want y'all to hear what was just said.
Don't save these niggas.
They literally just justified the crashing out. That is where we are. And until y'all stop that shit, girl.
No doubt.
It's gonna keep happening. Because as men, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna start saying, stop that lame shit, nigga. And that's what black people need more than anything. To call each other out. The same sex need to call the same sex out. If I'm doing something crazy and Jock, you can hit me, bro. Ray, what you doing? And that's different. And to me, that's what the world needs to be. And as long as, and to me, I feel like this world is really developing really fast. But as long, and the thing I was saying about Oprah and Cardi is that women naturally don't want to have more than their man. It's just a natural nature. Like, every woman wants her man to have more than her.
To save her. Yes.
We're seeing what happens when a woman feels like she has more, and that's why, to me, it's off. Like, you gotta always put the man in front. The man has to always be the head of the household, no matter how much he has, because he's the man of the house. But we're not following rules right now. In the new world we live in, whoever has the most money, what's up? That's the boss. They'll call a 5-year-old big bro and daddy if he paying their bills. Like, it's just the world we live in, and this shit ain't cool. We gotta start changing.
Girl, stop doing it.
All right, let's move.
What's our next subject, Stanza?
Let's move on. This is just something to mention. The 2025 Grammys will proceed as planned despite LA wildfires. States that they will fundraise for the wildfire relief on the telecast. I think it's a little bit or a tad bit tone deaf. I just
capitalism.
Capitalism is the word.
Yeah, but
capitalism.
Just for the record, just so we bring it up, I'm still doing the Game from the Gods tour in the LA date as long as the Grammys stay, and I'm gonna donate all the money, the proceeds from it to the fire relief.
All of it.
Proceeds from it.
All of it.
I don't know how much you're gonna make.
Okay.
I mean, I got costs and shit. I still got to pay for the building. Like, everything. Like, I mean, if I make $50, I give you $50. I don't want to give you $15. I lost $14.50.
You gonna cover your costs first?
I'm gonna cover my costs.
Okay,
first.
great.
I'm just letting people know.
But you know, the bigger conversation in that is, Right. The bigger conversation of that is, why is it that we're having to do all this extra? Not even we're having to, because you don't have to. People give from their heart. That's what charity is. That's what a community of people look like when we come together to help people that are in dire need of that very thing, help, right? But what happens with the insurance companies? Why are we not putting more light on the insurance companies?
Agreed.
We was on the air. We talking about the CEO of United Health, right?
Yeah.
He just got murked by this cat right down the street. The man said in the letter why he did it. These companies are greedy. Here it is right now. You got all these people out here and they're like, we don't have fire insurance. Like, what the fuck is fire insurance? Bitch, what is insurance? Like, insure me that my fucking
If something happened,
What the fuck are you talking
Yeah,
about?
and it's
spaceship
a
insurance.
current-
Like a
they-
nigga house got hit by a spaceship. Now you're like,
The government-
you didn't have spaceship insurance.
Like,
Bitch.
what the fuck?
The
I don't know what the
government
hell's gonna come. You better
has
give me
put a
that.
halt on insurance companies to be able to cancel policies at the time because a lot of
Yes.
insurance were
So
attempting
they-
to do so.
Yeah,
So yeah,
it's like
yeah.
a retroactive thing going on. If it's very specific how they have it laid out. But for them to cancel the insurance policies of these people was just so like,
Yeah.
I don't even have the word to this. It was
And then you don't ever try to.
It was really evil.
You don't ever try to justify like murder, but
Right.
when you do certain things like that, once he was killed, the United Healthcare CEO, there was. What was the other insurance company that was trying to put a cap on anesthesia? But after that happened, and after that happened, they was like, you know what? Never mind. We gonna let y'all have as
we
much
ain't
as
say that. We
anesthesia as
said
you
it a
need.
different way.
But
Nah,
you know
we
what I'm
see what
saying?
y'all
But
said.
they retracted it because y'all just killed a man for them being greedy. So I think Americans are becoming more radicalized and they see like this is some really messed up stuff that's going on behind the scenes. And because what Trump has done, he's really removed the veil on everything. Like, so you're allowed to be racist. You're allowed to be openly racist. You can say what you want to say. Companies can remove their DEI we don't have to pretend like we care about giving black people jobs anymore. Like the veil has been raised. So now I think, like you're saying on the fire situation, I think they should tread lightly with the greed, honestly.
Stanza,
Yeah.
Can I say
Of
something?
course.
They're
Absolutely.
just going to take a new approach to it.
Yeah.
Where it doesn't include you, but it makes them look like a better job.
I think that white boy knew something was up. I think he already knew. He saw something coming. He was a whistleblower on his own time. I read a lot of comments. I sat back and I
Can
thought
we talk
it.
about why they're treating him like he is just
You look at those comments. People felt
the
like he was like
but
a hero.
they got helicopters.
But
they got
this
a
is
50
why.
men walking him
But
to
this
it
is
like
why.
it's
Somebody
crazy.
the Luigi kid.
The guy,
Yeah.
Luigi, who
Yeah.
killed whatever.
Maggione, yeah.
He killed this guy, right?
Right.
And people are praising him because here it is right now. Reality has set in.
Same
It's
situation, but
happening.
different. Yeah.
And it's like, this is why. And I feel like it's something bigger
Yeah.
that's connected to even this. I don't know why, but
Every time I see him, he looks like a paid actor to me.
no.
I'm like,
Yeah,
they hired
they
him
say-
for this role.
They said he's being taken care of in prison or in jail.
Can I tell you what's happening right now? Everybody is this Luigi thing. All these things is just showing you that there's no more middle class, and there's only rich and poor, and the poor is gonna get pissed. That's why you got poor people out there starting fires, homeless people starting fires because they like fuck you in your $9 million house that you think you.
This is
and
this is Nat Turner's
this
rebellion.
Is really, by the way,
Nat Turner, when the slaves said, you know what, it's more of us than them.
That money doesn't matter more than life. Money doesn't matter more than people. But we made money so important that that's the only thing that matters, and we've lost each other. And I think that this is just God resetting the
And
world.
you know what's crazy? The
feel
far
like
right
it's a
is
cause
saying
and
that it's
effect.
justice for not voting for Trump. It's like we're burning up all of these celebrities that supported Kamala and da-da-da-da. It's
It's
They
just
said,
like
they said this in
Insane.
his history class all the time. My professor used to always say history has a way of repeating itself.
Showing its
So
face.
it's going to come back in a different form every time. And if we look at like I mentioned, Nat Turner's Rebellion,
Yes.
where all the slaves kind of like it's
What?
50 of us and it's 4 of them
Bring it
in the house. We start if we can.
Meanwhile,
we
that's-
finna go in the house, start killing
That's why they
slave
tried to
owners,
kill
and
the
then
whole movie
then they started
to keep
spreading
that
him like,
story.
oh, the white
know,
people was shook because
They
they was like,
killed
hold
that
on, they
movie.
killing slave owners. Hold on,
Yes.
we might need to start treating these people with a little more
I'll
respect
be
than we
honest,
did.
I'll be-
But I think we might be.
I'm gonna say
I
conspiracy
still never
theory.
seen that movie.
I believe.
They tried to kill it,
I believe.
so we wouldn't get bright ideas.
I'm being
Yeah.
honest with you. I believe the right is behind these fires. I really believe. Let me tell you why I say that.
I do
Hear
too.
me out. I believe. Now I'm not saying Trump, but I'm saying I believe a right wing mentality is behind these fires because Who was the only person that the Democratic Party wanted to go against Trump when Biden was dropping out? We didn't want Kamala. Who we wanted? Newsom. Okay, that's dead. What color and race and gender is the mayor of Los Angeles for the first time ever in history? Black. Okay, cool. And, like, just think about all this stuff. And last thing, the trio, the fire chief is what? The LA County fire chief is what? A gay white woman. Hey, bro, you just killed all birds with one stone with a fire. Because now the blue is like, they like y'all, but it's like, we like our homes and our freedom more. So to me, I feel like I got to make a prediction. I don't think we're going to have a Democratic president for 20 years after this. I think that they're in this Project 2025. This is how it's going to look. We're going to cause chaos.
It was
everybody
very
gonna say,
calculated.
You know what, Jock? I'm not going to lie, man. I know it's 2028 and we want another president, but we kind of like how everything is right now.
It's a dictatorship.
It's going to be.
It's going to be that.
I'm gonna tell you something that could have segued your thought process into that. When Trump told people, "Hey, you won't have to vote again."
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Last time.
He sure did.
And that didn't scare anybody. And I was like, that didn't scare anybody.
But think about it. He said it. Everybody heard it.
Yeah.
And he still won by a blowout.
Yep.
No
So what does God say to the people? Oh, y'all don't take this serious.
No,
so
right.
now it's serious.
Now maybe we have to find another time to just really take a dive into that, because when you start,
Because people,
we start putting politics and religion together,
exactly.
it gets so diluted. You know what I'm saying?
What I was really trying to say, Jock, I'm the LA fires, but it's like, it's so, I'm not just talking about that, I'm talking about the United Healthcare CEO getting killed.
Right.
I'm talking about all of the chaos happening around us.
Right.
It's like, it's normal now. It's normal every week we have a dire situation, and it's like, why does this keep happening to us?
You know how we sat in history class as kids and it was boring? Boy, it's going to be lit in about 10 years. It's like, I would love to sit in that history class.
No, it's to keep us confused. We have too many things to focus on.
Right, okay.
Teachers
So
get paid like TikTok.
my last opening statement has to deal with a viral video where a DC nightclub is facing backlash from promoting its kiddie brunch on social media. The Upper Room in DC is offering brunch to kids, complete with VIP sections and bottle service. Are parents allowing their kids to do too much?
Yes, absolutely.
Bottles
Y'all
of what?
have kids.
Absolutely.
This is the video.
Let's watch the video. I saw it and I was like, whoa. This
Bottles of what, though?
Upper room.
It don't matter. Look at it. It looks
No,
like
but
us.
I need to know about, is it apple juice? Is it orange juice?
Cider. It's cider.
Oh, cider.
Yeah,
They
apple
got
cider.
clubs,
Yeah.
bottles.
No, I love that for the kids.
No.
What's the name of the place?
No, I'm
The
gonna just
upper
be
room.
for real.
The upper
No,
room.
because that's why you have, excuse me, hello. Okay, so that's why you have luxury spa experiences for kids now. You have, it's not a sip and paint, but you have
not
like
the same.
painting experience. No, you're giving kids pre-grown people experience.
No, and they don't need. See, okay,
Wait
so
a minute, but
what I-
you have something that is not for grown people, that is kid oriented on this particular day and time, that can make your kid whatever their special occasion is, their birthday, they made A's on their report card, whatever. You get a section for them and you make them feel special.
Okay,
That
cool.
is what the fuck is going on in America.
yeah.
What's up, Stan? You was about to say something? Because if you know, I'm gonna say something.
You got it.
Go ahead, John.
I spent years and years going to events with my children, and it was etiquette classes. That's more appropriate. Teach them how to act in a social setting. Teach them how the placement of your utensils and your plates and your glass and that is supposed to go, so that when they're in public, when they're out in society, then they know how to conduct themselves. I used to be like, man, why the hell? But then I was like, I understand and I get in that. I'm learning too. I'm sitting there like, and it's not all prim and proper. We talking best academy.
What are these people mamas doing?
That's not etiquette.
That ain't
No,
about,
that's
hold on.
like-
That's not the price of tea and chocolate.
Let him finish. Let him finish this.
He's not cooking though.
Okay, but it don't matter. It don't matter. He gotta let it. He gotta let
She
it.
said he ain't cooking though.
He gotta let it.
Because you full of bullshit right
No,
now.
you're full of bullshit.
You full, you don't want nothing else to eat.
Start the steam
When you
then.
hungry, a food
Start the
commercial is
steam.
good. But when you full, you be like, I don't want that shit. You don't want that shit right now because you full of what you full of. And I respect you. But what I'm saying is when I see that that's just like, that's too grown. Like, the kids should not be practicing popping bottles.
Okay.
They should not be practicing what it look like to be in a club.
Which is cider.
Let's promote them being
Which is
outside.
brunch.
Can I
Which is
just-
brunch.
Wait,
Nobody's
wait,
saying
let-
it's a nightclub, period.
I have one
go.
comment, and I'm gonna let y'all finish.
Go ahead.
My only question was gonna be, and you guys are proving it, was the dad involved?
You said who?
Was the daddy involved?
Because most of these daddies not involved.
Hear me out, because
I'm
men
involved.
men
A
would be
lot of
against
daddies
that.
are not involved.
Huh?
A lot of these daddies are not
Let's say,
involved.
but this daddy in particular, I want to know if he's involved, because I knew when this subject came up, women are gonna say, "Well, that's cute," and men are gonna say it's too
No,
much.
I don't
Okay.
agree. No,
Okay.
I disagree
Okay.
because I think this is what we call a little too grown. I don't think
Why
that
too?
kids should be in a club setting at all. Now, when I was growing up, like my mom, I just knew certain stuff she wasn't going for it. Me showing up to because this is an adult club every other day outside of kiddie brunch. Absolutely not. You don't need to be in an adult setting.
Crazy.
But we did have teen clubs when we were growing
Yes, we
up,
did.
and what teen clubs it consisted of, maybe it's the gym at the rec that they gonna have a DJ and it's gonna run for a little, or a skate rink where there's no, you're not on the skate, you on the rink, but you don't got skates on, and that's the kiddie club. So
We're
that
not
was
holding
we're not
bottles.
holding
Can
bottles.
I-
We're not trying we're not trying to be grown at this. Like that's just that's a bit much. That's a bit much. That's a bit much, actually.
I want to bring it back to the parents and
Yeah,
say,
that's a bit
when
much.
the parents aren't doing their jobs, and you have other people on the internet and TV and the records raising your children, and these are what the things that they're doing, then these are the things that they want to do. When the parents are buying into the same program,
saying the parents
hold
are
on,
right.
no, but I'm saying it's a protocol. It's how you're raising your child, so it falls back on the parent.
Shyneka.
And what is
Absolutely, the
going on?
parent brought him to the
No.
brunch. The parent brought him to the brunch. No, the parents brought him to the brunch. That's not it.
Okay, but we're not simulating sex. We're not simulating sex, but we also had teen clubs to be able to express ourselves in freedom.
That's an adult experience.
I personally don't want my kid
You want your baby
having
go to a
a
nightclub?
brunch or a lunch, and there are a lot of other freaking adults there. I would rather them be in a setting with other kids.
Not in the
The
club,
gathering
though.
is okay.
Not in the nightclub.
Okay.
And, by the way, only thing I had a problem was the bottle popping.
Not in the
If you do
nightclub.
It was cider.
if you want to do something for your daughter,
Not
and you
in
want to
the
do
nightclub.
that's true. That's my problem.
Absolutely.
It should not be a bar in the space that kids are having an event. That's
If
true.
it's a gathering at a
The
restaurant,
the
all my friends
synergy
go,
there is all wrong.
If it's a bar there, it shouldn't be there.
The synergy
Meanwhile,
there
y'all
is
kids
wrong.
go outside and pop bottles anyway. Well, go ahead.
Who's popping bottles?
Jesus.
Smoking weed.
That's the last one.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah, move on.
it's all, we got last one. It's Jim Jones. We talking about Drake? Or Jim?
Yeah. What do we want to
Put it
do?
up.
James,
Drake.
you want to do?
Let's go. I don't mind.
The Drake conversation.
Drake.
I
let's go to
definitely
Drake.
thought.
Let's
Yeah,
go
I
to
definitely
Drake.
thought Drake would benefit.
Drake's
this
new
much.
lawsuit.
All right, y'all. So
thing we
Drake,
talking
this is our topic for today.
We gotta talk about
We done talked about Drake, and they keep getting on us for talking about Drake and riding the Drake train, but he keeps showing up in the news.
Giving
Drake,
black people reasons.
right. Drake withdraws his legal action against accusing UMG of boosting Not Like Us, accusing them, UMG and Spotify, of using bots in payola. These filings were not full-fledged lawsuits, but rather pre-action petitions aimed seeking to secure information so that the lawsuit could be later filed. That being said, Drake has filed a lawsuit in federal court calling Not Like Us defamatory. Drake accused Universal Music Group of putting his life and reputation at risk by releasing and promoting a popular diss track. How do we feel?
Okay, has anyone ever seen Boomerang?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a scene in Boomerang where they're at the table and the father is at the dinner scene, my favorite scene, and the father, and then he's like, why do you have to say that? And he's like, see? That's your side of the family. Every time Drake does this, black people are like, see? That's his mama's side of the family.
Yeah.
That ain't us.
It proves the song. It proves the song. Like
literally,
I've
he
never
made a song
seen.
called Not
I've
Like
never
Us.
seen a song
Good job.
land more
Good
beautifully.
job.
It proves it.
You're an attorney.
I am.
Cook,
All right.
Drake.
Now check this out. It's real simple. It's real simple. Let's be for real.
Funny to me.
For this on the federal
Right.
level. I don't know the law, as I'm not a lawyer, right? But let's just be for real. All right. I give you 300 million, right? Now that 300 million, yeah, it's some work involved, but you got a lot to do to pay me back, right? To make sure that you get your money, right? So with 300 million, I'm pretty sure something is collateralized, right? Something that you gotta, if you don't do this, we get that, right? All right, now you just been advanced 300 million. You got to make that money back. Now, while I'm in business with you, I empower this person. And they're intentionally, because if you say something about somebody, you defame their character. To me, that's intentionally damaging or incriminating someone, right?
Yep.
It's very offensive. It's abrasive. It's harsh, right?
It's one of the worst things you can say about a person.
You got to pay me back 300 million. And now we're funding this person who is defaming your character as an entity, as a commodity, as a brand that we sell. So when I allow them to go against your character in this manner to defame you, how you gonna pay me my money back? Because if your shit starts slowing up, this directly interferes with your business, with this contract, with what you are declared by a fucking contract. You got to work to pay back. But I'm funding this motherfucker to take away from your ability to pay me back.
That's what's alleged. We don't know that to be true.
I'm just saying. What do you mean?
Even if it was
It's,
true,
wait, they're the same company.
But they're the same company, but they have to support
But
both
why couldn't
artists.
I say, hey, change that pedophile line?
Because, but
If
wait,
he's not a
here's why I'm
pedophile,
gonna disagree
is he
with you.
a pedophile?
I'm gonna disagree with
I
you because
disagree.
Drake
Wait,
called,
is he a pedophile?
but is
Because if he's
Kendrick Lamar an abuser? And he because
Yes,
Drake
he's
because
been
he
alleged.
alleged
I want to hear what Jock got to say. I want to hear what Jock
Listen.
said.
he alleged
If
some
they
nasty
can
things
prove
about him
that
too.
Drake is a pedophile, then he doesn't have a case. You have to get away with it. But if he's not a pedophile and you declare that he's a pedophile, then that's defamation of character.
I
That's
just-
slander.
This
It is.
Hold on.
No,
I'm not saying you're a rapist.
I feel you, but I'm gonna
No,
disagree.
let me say this.
A raper
I
of
could
kids.
understand
Go
that.
ahead, go
Go
Put
ahead.
this in context. Since the dawn of hip hop, niggas have been dissing each other. This is a diss record. Let's not.
We don't give
hold
a
on.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get to
Yeah.
that.
But you're still speaking for your black side. He has a
No, hold on. Let Brian finish.
Listen. This is what I'm saying. Go back to No Vaseline,
Oh
right?
my God.
Go back.
Yeah,
go
right.
back to Ether.
Yeah.
Are they any of those things?
That's not the
bro,
world that we
hold on,
live
listen to what I'm
in.
saying.
We don't live
Hold
in
on,
that
hold
world
on.
anymore.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
I
Let me
love
finish
when you
what I'm
go
saying.
on. I can shut it
What
down.
I'm saying is, it's a record, right? If everything that we put in records is to be taken
Notebook
as fact,
rape.
we gotta lock a bunch of niggas up. That's where I'm at with
Time
it.
out.
Because that's why Thug, they like, oh, your lyrics and that. I know
Believe me, I was on the radio when
But let me finish
Biggie blowing up like
Hold
the
on.
world
But let me
trade.
finish.
One
was
second.
there,
Let him
and
finish.
they-
We're gonna
they
give you
bleeped it
some
out.
time. We're gonna give you some time.
These are goats we're talking about, and the world didn't immediately be like, "Oh, he's a pedophile." They
Sir.
like, "Nigga, he got you."
Sir.
Go back at him. He
I love
lost
it.
a war.
Hold on.
Can I jump in? I want to
Yeah.
say
Go
this.
ahead.
So this is what I think really happened. So number one, I know Amber Rose had a statement where she said it's easy to pick on Drake because he's biracial, and she's partially telling the truth. And here's why: because there's a safety that I feel with Jock. Why? Because we from the South Side. Shyneka, we from the South Side. Like it's different, right? It's like I know that we want to protect our hood or everything. I just know it's different, right? So I think that what happens with Drake is that he gets in these rooms with these white men, these very, very powerful white men, and they talk to his Jewish side in those private rooms. And they told him the truth. Like, let me tell you, we really do this shit since you one of us. And I think that he knew all of that, and then he saw it work against him. And once it worked against him, he sued them. And my message to Drake would be this: don't sue them, air them the fuck out. If you really want to get black people on your side, because we fuck with you, instead of playing the white man's way and suing them, do the black Twitter route and air them the fuck out. What did they say to you behind closed doors? Because I'm be real with you, they done said so much shit to me behind closed doors in them buildings that I'm like, fuck, and you can't speak on it because it kills your career. Obviously, I wrote a letter and they was like, get rid of him, he speaks up. They don't like niggas that air them out. So instead of airing out LeBron fucking bitches through academics, which is some whack nigga shit to do, let me give you some real nigga shit to do. Air the shit that they say to you in those private rooms out right now, and you'll get the whole community loving and fucking with you again.
Right.
Because it's not making sense to us because we don't understand what they're saying. I'm 100% black, so when I walk in the room, I don't get the other conversations. But if you got
So you support what he's saying?
What he said?
Because he kind of said that we don't do this, we don't do that. And this is what I'm trying to tell y'all right here. The moment someone stands up on a situation that they can stand up on, meaning you have every basis, every grounds to stand up on this, and you're the one who decides you're going to go against the culture and do it, it's wrong to your culture. But when you come to the federal court, when you got to stand in front of those judges and those prosecutors, it's real.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. Just because they didn't do with ether and all this fucking, that's part of our culture, that doesn't mean it's right. No.
Nas ain't never sold as much as Drake.
Let's
be very clear.
If you choose, if I say you're a pedophile, you're a rapist, if I say right here, what's your name? B Mill. Hey, that boy B Miller be fucking little kids.
So I got a question.
Hold on, let him finish. Yeah.
I want to hear Josh's side. Go ahead, Josh.
Messing with your livelihood, and you can't come back from this. You start losing endorsements. You lose your fucking house. Your wife leave you, nigga. Your kids, they thought the family of your wife started saying, "Yo, you shouldn't have him around them." Now they figure out a way to get a restraining order. You can't tell kids, you will be fucked up, bro.
But for the record, he never called Drake a pedophile.
He did.
He said
what?
He said a homie.
He said a homie.
Yeah,
He said certified pedophile. Why is he around?
Yeah.
That's why I love this show.
Pedophile.
That's why I love this show.
Pedophile.
Jock just said it. If it messes with my livelihood, that's a problem, right?
Is it messing with Drake's livelihood right now?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, but I will. Let me. I'm gonna just add. Okay, go ahead.
So here's my thing. So I'm telling academics, hey, homie, stepping out.
Yeah.
That's not messing with LeBron James's legacy and his livelihood.
Yeah.
Okay. So consider the source. That's what I'm saying. This crybaby man.
Say it, nigga.
He's a crybaby bitch. Because
Wait, look. But yes, I love that.
Look at y'all.
Yeah. He's a crybaby
that we know is
bitch.
just an upstanding role model. He's cool. Everybody likes him. Anybody.
Snoop Dogg.
Okay, Snoop, right?
Josh, I'm sorry.
Okay, so here's my thing. If this is Kendrick versus Snoop, and he's messing with Snoop, then way cool. Drake, you've been fucking with folks forever. And now it's on you. Take that. It's like, put it to you like this. There was a little kid that decided to get into the wider war. He was 15 years old, and they're like, you killed a little kid. And you know what he said when he shot him? Take your medicine, son. You stepped out here. I ain't tell you to come out here with a gun.
That's
you
true.
did.
He begged him to. And then I will say, this is my thing. Drake asked for this. He did. And he accused Kendrick Lamar in his song First of being an abuser and saying that Kendrick Lamar's child is his manager's kid. So that's, hold on. So is that not defamatory to say that I whoop my wife and that my kid's not mine? So
But what about if that
can it be proven? But you cannot. You cannot say something and then get mad at the reaction that you get.
I'm not standing.
You can't get mad at the reaction you
get.
get.
Somebody goes to the bottom of hell to make allegations about you, unless you have proof, because we can say he didn't say certified pedophile, but me being on radio 20 plus years, people listen at a third grade level. I ain't never heard the shit that y'all just said. I heard certified pedophile. Point blank and period.
Pedophile.
Exactly. That is what I heard every time I hear the song. So with that being said, like, people saying that Drake rules are what should be the norm in this hip hop industry. He came from Canada. Okay, this is somebody who, at the end of the day, black people rock with Drake. White people love him. His mixture of the Jew and the black has been his
greatest combination in hip hop history.
Matrix. It has broke the code. He sold more than anybody that you named before back in the day that was getting away with the bullshit. And because, like you said, he knows what the Matrix code is, and sat down with these Jewish people that his mama. That's the type of shit that they on. They sat down and agreed to, okay, well, what can I do against what this man? I looked it up. It came out May the 18th. This man let this shit cook for 8 months before he filed his lawsuit. Before he said,
he was really mad at the people because it became a hit. If it went away, he wouldn't have sued.
Absolutely not.
Exactly,
Last
but
point.
it is, and so it's definitive, and so the way that people embrace him and fuck with him is totally different. And this man about to perform at the Super Bowl.
Listen, all I'm saying is this. Let me say this.
Last point.
The most important thing I'm gonna say is, and I think we should do the Dipset, get over it because it's important. But the last thing I'm gonna say is this, guys. Hear me out real quick. Is that Brian and Jock and Miss Shyneka and Stanza and Ray, we are all speaking 100% real nigga shit. We are.
No, sure.
The problem is that he's not 100% nigga. He was, and it's just the truth. And when that head shows, we gotta respect it because, like, no, like I didn't grow up in a house with a white woman.
No.
I don't know how they.
We don't know how that
We
go.
don't know. By the way, I see a black one like, me neither. We don't know how they raise their kids or what they say. We don't. But he obviously knows. Drake grew up in the era where everyone gets a trophy. That's how he looked at the world. He got the biggest, but everybody else got a trophy. And because someone got a bigger one than him, he's mad. And I would say to him as a real nigga that fucks with him, bro, air the motherfuckers out. You will get niggas fucking with you again. And once you lose niggas, you don't get us back. And by the way, if you didn't have niggas, white people won't fuck with you either.
Yeah, because we make it cool.
We make cool, niggas. So
No,
don't desert us when it's
but
money
what y'all
time.
niggas do? Y'all
Okay,
get happy
wait,
when
we
y'all
gotta
get
move on.
fucking white friends and shit
Not me.
and kiss their ass, scooter
We
ball.
gotta move on. We gotta move on.
Cook, nigga. By the way, I totally agree. In our culture, there are white men that we allow to play in it, and that's cool with them. But to me, it's really disrespectful when you play in our culture, but you don't marry in our culture. You don't have kids in our culture. You just make money in our culture.
Capitalism.
By the way, you sleep with black women. You sleep with black women.
And got
but you marry
white
women.
prostitute pregnant.
It's just the way. So to me, that's my problem. So when Shyneka says certain names, I'm like, they did launch their careers on niggas' backs.
No question.
They did. And when they did, they became more of what they were.
Yeah.
A lot of white men that started hip hop did that. I can name 20 right now.
Yeah,
He sums
absolutely.
up the music
All right.
Go ahead.
So
Let's
our
do this Dipset out
last,
the way. Dipset. Okay, this is the Dipset thing. Go ahead, Shyneka. Go ahead, Stanza. We want to talk about this. Brian wants to get something off his chest.
yes. So we having a time. So Jim Jones, 50 Cent, and Cam have been in the news, going back and forth. It has been a beef in New York, and they're airing out each other's dirty laundry of what they was. Jim Jones got touched by people. Everything is just blowing up on social media. The question is that why are these relationships seem to always fall out, or why in the rap game do these relationships always somehow come to a head?
I think Brian has said the word of the year. What is the word?
Capitalism.
Everybody,
Off,
when we're friends,
money.
There's got to be an age limit on diss records too. Like it's got to be a cutoff. Like you can't diss a nigga after a certain age.
After 50?
Shit, how old is Jim Jones?
49.
Let's cut it off right there.
No. All I'm saying is this: is that my problem with this nigga stupid. My problem with the world is this: is that we don't acknowledge that people grow apart.
Right.
When they met, they had one mission: is to get some money and get out the hood. Once you get out the hood and get some money, we got some money and get out the hood. You start doing what you want to do, man. I think I want to try a podcast. I think I want to do radio. I think I want to go do this. And I think what happens is that we hold on to that 3 or 4 years when they was the closest, because that was probably our childhood. We like, what happened? And they like, this nigga different, or this nigga this, or this nigga's that. So to me, I just feel like, I hate that it's happening, because it always felt like something was missing in Jim and Cam relationship. It was always like that thing that you had to know. If you didn't, you felt it, and Cam aired it out. By the way, I just wish Cam wasn't so petty. Where's his sign? Like, to me, I feel like the pettiest so who are the pettiest hip hop niggas in hip hop? It's 50 Cent is number 1, Cam is number 2. Like, these niggas are like, oh, he could have did that shit. I just hate that he did it, because they're gonna get cool a year from now, and we're gonna always go back to that. And it's like, yeah, I hate it. I just hate it.
An Aquarius.
Oh, Cam's an Aquarius. My mom an Aquarius.
No, he's very smart. We still don't know whether this is a publicity stunt because Jim has a single coming out. Their podcast is podcasting right now.
Yes.
And aside from that, because that's one of my feelings, but another side is if I see one of my friends being treated by one of their bigger friends that's getting it, and then I step in and then we create a whole legacy together culturally, I'm gonna feel some kind of way, especially if you don't fuck with me no more, because I am a part of the reason that you are at this pivotal point in your life, and now you getting with money with a nigga that shitted on you. Like, I seen that shit with my own eyes.
They shitted on Cam. Jim could feel some kind of way. That's why he made the
Hell
comment.
yeah.
And said his so-called best friend, which prompted Cam to come out and be petty Cam.
And I'm gonna say this, but you also got to factor in that. What I would tell Jim is you got to factor in that when you did come in Cam's life, you still got to factor in how long him and Mace had moments together before you was there. Because my relationship with him ain't got nothing to do with my relationship with you. And if he shitted on me, that's cool that you don't fuck with him, but that's still my friend from way before I knew you. So I think that's just your. To me, this is just some grown man shit.
Minus the diss song,
yes, this is
and
grown
all
man
the shit between them.
It's 50 Cent fault. 50 Cent starts it all.
But they also had
It's always 50 fault. Somehow it always gets back to 50 Cent.
50 Cent started this shit. I just did. I wish that they would fix it. Shout out to Joel, to my brother. I just wish they would fix it. I just hate that they beefing online. They built something so incredible, and I feel like y'all are hip hop OGs, Cam and Jim, and 50 and y'all can show these young 21-year-old kids that's coming into hip hop how grown men do it, or you can act like them. But regardless, there will be a result of what happens here. And to me, as a man, I want to make sure we also focus on the behavior we performing for the kids that's under us, because they looking up to us, seeing us do it.
Well, I think hip hop as a whole immatured a lot of men and slowed down their maturity as it should be, as far as like being who they need to be in their life. That's number one. Number two, I feel like, you know, New York set trends, and I don't want you to be remiss, Ray, because you was born up north, and you had and you got because it was a little conversation that I had earlier today. But you know how this shit moved from up north and up. That's your advantage, and in this culture, and that's why you're That's why, because I'm a Southern gentleman, but I know how to hustle like a New Yorker because I grew up in that shit. So exactly, you are who you are in this shit. But I want to say that that as a whole, I hope they work it out. Me too. But over like everything, I just feel like Jim Jones has a reason to feel the exact way that he feel, because he created a lot of things in this industry, and if it wasn't for his business mind that Cameron keeps trying to play down, like all you a groupie, all you was this, he's seen the business opportunity and what the fuck you had going on. And by the way, nobody should work with nobody should work with nobody they don't believe in if they're not a fan of what they're doing. Exactly. Right. So I am a fan. Like I gotta be a fan of you. I'm a fan of Stanzas because I'm a fan of yours. I'm like I don't have no problem saying that. I am a fan of you. I'm a fan of Jocks. Like, I love B. Miller. I pay for this shit, but I wanted y'all here. I'm a fan. but I'm saying that to say that I picked the people I want to work. I'm fans of y'all. So to me, I just think that Cameron is just being like a petty nigga and being a funny petty nigga, a funny Harlem petty nigga. Well, and I think that big teeth. Who has big teeth?
What do that got to do with anything?
I'm off for a job. She need to.
You get a body. You get a body.
I didn't even notice he got big teeth.
Oh, they do not fit his mouth.
Brian, Jack, listen, if something happens to me in New York, you go after Math Hoffa and Cam. I didn't say shit about nobody. Get them both.
Not get them both.
You ain't going, you're in Alabama. We good. You ain't going
nowhere. Alabama, New York beef. Y'all don't want that one.
Yeah. But I ain't gonna lie, man. Shout out to Jim, shout out to Cam. I hope y'all fix it. I know it's entertaining, but it's like, turn that shit into some money,
thoughts on it?
Yeah, my thoughts were very simple. Like I said, man, I said what I said. It kind of coincided with what you said. I just felt like it's something that's a little more thought out. They're both playing both sides right now. As men, they've learned to make a lot of money with each other, without each other. Mm-hmm. Right now, they're like, hey, Jimmy, you still got this going on. Like you said, Shyneka, he created a lot. Hell, Love and Hip Hop, I've been on that shit for, like, it's been on 12 seasons. Let's be for real. Really 12 seasons, like 15 seasons, because of how they've turned into season A and B. A is the same amount of time as a regular season. So it turns into 2 seasons turn into 1. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that started from him. There's a lot that's been going on, you know what I'm saying? Cam, him and the new podcast, him and Mace, they're doing what they're doing. Everything looks good. Jimmy still wants to rap. People been talking shit about Jimmy looking like an old nigga rapping, doing the young nigga shit, but that's in his heart. And it's like, you know what, nigga, you old nigga, you still want to rap? I hear Cam like, nigga, well, let's start some beef, fuck it. Let's pop it off, nigga. Me and Mason come with a diss record, nigga. Then we'll get over this shit. The next thing you know, we all have a reunion record. Dipset, Cam be on this shit, nigga. We take over the world, nigga. We old now. We like, I can hear that.
Right.
Jimmy, who he is though, he ain't married his
I
bitch.
love
He
them
ain't got
niggas,
no
though, for real.
teeth.
That's what's
He
crazy.
don't wear that ugly hair. He is trying to true to who the fuck he is. I believe him more than anybody else that got something to say about it.
I love them niggas over here. I ain't gonna even lie. So hey, it is what it is.
Well, all right.
It's a wrap.
Well, my bad. Well, I appreciate
Sorry,
you, Miss Shyneka and Young Jock. Thank y'all for tuning in to That's Debatable. To our viewers and listeners, we thank you. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. We read them. So comment.
Commenting on them.
And we're going to start commenting on your comments.
Let's
tread lightly, okay? Because we about to be able to
My boy
respond.
is in his feelings,
But right. He is so in his feelings. He is. But this is That's Debatable. We'll see you next time.
Let's go.